Alright guys, what's going on? It's AJYT Abbott here, and today I'm going to be doing a ranking video for you, and I'm going to be ranking all the shows that I watched in 2021, and we're going to rank them from worst to best here. So, just to go through, we have Rick and Morty Season 5, WandaVision, Hawkeye, Loki, What If, Fear the Walking Dead Season 7 Part 1, Kevin Can F Himself, Chucky Season 1, Falcon and Winter Soldier, and Practical Joker Season 9, I believe? Yeah, Season 9, Fear the Walking Dead Season 6 Part 2, The Walking Dead Final Season Part 1, The Bad Batch Season 1, and The Walking Dead World Beyond Final Season 2. Okay, so I just out of respect for these shows, honestly, none of these are bad shows. I didn't watch a single show in 2021 that I didn't enjoy. So just the weakest one for me would be Bad Batch, simply because I never watched. I mean, I watched some of the Clone Wars, and honestly, I kind of fell out of Star Wars just a tad. I still watch Mandalorian, and I'm watching the Book of Boba Fett right now and enjoying that. And I'm excited for Kenobi and Ahsoka and all those other projects we have coming soon. But the Bad Batch, I don't know. I found myself kind of struggling to get through some episodes of it. Animation has kind of taken a turn for me. I don't watch a whole lot of animated movies now. In fact, on my movies tier list video that I'm going to do, there are hardly any animated movies on there at all. I don't know why that is. I'm just growing out of it, I guess. I hate that, but I still enjoyed it, like I said. And next, I think, would be What If. What If would be after that, because, once again, animation, I'm falling out of that. Some of the episodes of What If aren't amazing. I mean, the Thor episode wasn't amazing, and the, what is it? A lot of people didn't like the Tony Stark and Killmonger episode. It was fine, but I just feel like we've seen. I don't know. It just wasn't amazing. I guess it wasn't blowing me away like the episodes that came before that. Because I liked all of the episodes before that one, and that was the one that was just kind of meh compared to the other ones. So maybe it was just that. But yeah, that's where I would place What If, and then after that, yeah, it would go The Walking Dead, World Beyond Season 2, the final season of World Beyond. It's a weird thing for me, World Beyond, because I enjoy it, but some of the writing is bad. Some of the characters I don't care about. The very last episode of Season 2, I'll give you this, it was really good, and there were some really stellar performances in that show. Some of them way, 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 way better than others. There were some cool walkers, and there was at least some impact felt by certain characters, like Huck. I really, really enjoyed Huck. She was a great character. But other than that, I mean, it set up the fast walkers from France, so it did set that up. But other than that, it just felt kind of like a waste of time, just a little. I believe after that would go Rick and Morty Season 5. This is one of the only animated shows where I will continue and continue and continue to watch it, and I just laugh my ass off more and more over it. It's just a very fun show. It makes fun of everything, and I love it for that. South Park is coming back for season 25 this year, so that'll be on the ranking next year because I'm definitely gonna watch that because I enjoy South Park as well. I guess I'm not falling out of animation. I'm just falling out of animation that's tailored towards younger audiences, which is normal. So, because I still watch this, I still watch Rick and Morty, South Park, Bob's Burgers. I'm excited for the Bob's Burgers movie this year as well. Looking forward to that. But yeah, Rick and Morty season 5, fairly decent season. I wouldn't say it's the best one they've done. I would still say season 3 is probably my favorite of Rick and Morty. But it was fun. It was good. Some episodes were definitely better than others, but the writing is still there. We have some talent behind this show, and they know how to deliver good comedy and a good, fun, random story to tell. Then after that, Hawkeye. I really loved Hawkeye. That was a great show, I felt. Just the introduction of Kate Bishop was done very well. Kate Bishop is slowly growing into one of my most favorite MCU characters just by this show. She's just so full of heart. And, she meets her hero, and he's like, God, why did I have to be partnered up with you? And it's just a great contrast. I love the contrast of Kate and Clint. We get Echo in this series. There's an Echo show apparently that they're making. I wasn't aware of that really until we were like halfway done with Hawkeye, but I'm down with it, and I love the Tracksuit Mafia. The Tracksuit Mafia had me laughing every week when they were on screen, because, bro, who doesn't like the Tracksuit Mafia, bro? Oh, gosh. And then you have Jack, who people were thinking, oh, that dude's definitely going to be the villain. And then in the end, he actually is just a normal guy, a good guy. And, of course, the most epic part of it all, Kingpin. Kingpin has entered the MCU now, and that was just an awesome addition, as well as Yelena from Black Widow being in this series as well. It was just overall a very, very fun time. It was just the problem with the Disney Plus shows for me is, like, it seems like in the finales specifically, they try and wrap up so much at one time. It doesn't feel very fluent in the writing. Not so much the writing, but the pacing of it all. I guess the order and the structure kind of loses itself towards the end of these shows. But I still love all of them. And speaking of another Disney Plus show, right in front of Hawkeye, we'll place WandaVision. WandaVision was a great start to the year. Honestly, I was hooked on this show every week. Every day it would come out, I would, immediately drop my bags when I got in from school and watch this, and I was just blown away by every episode. So emotional, really, and the fights were pretty good. I would still say Falcon Winter Soldier has better fights than any of the shows I've seen so far, the Disney Plus shows. Although Hawkeye does have some really good fights with the bow and arrow and the Pym particle arrows, I will give it that. That was good. But WandaVision has so much heart and so much emotion going for it, and it really, really caught me by surprise. Because, I knew it was going to be some emotion, but man, they really, really tug on the heartstrings with this one. With Wanda just being completely broken, left with nothing really, she has the Avengers, she has that family, but the real family she wants she can't have because, of course, Vision is dead, and just the tragedy of her seeing his body being dismantled and, being used, it hurts her really bad. And also this series, you get the return of quite a few different characters that we've seen in previous Marvel films, and they really make a shine in this series. We have Darcy all the way back from like Thor: The Dark World was the last time we saw her back in like 2013, and she's in this, and she was great. She was one of my favorite parts. And then Monica, who was the little girl from Captain Marvel, um, Maria Rambeau's daughter, she's in it all grown up. We get to see her get snapped away, and she comes back to find out Maria is dead, and the world has changed, since the snap. And she was a great part of it too. But honestly, man, Jimmy Woo, Jimmy Woo won me over. That dude is one of my favorite MCU side characters now. He is just amazing. Oh gosh, I love that he mastered close-up magic. I was rooting for him. Oh gosh, okay. Um, then I believe after WandaVision, I would place. Let's see. After WandaVision, I would probably place Fear the Walking Dead Season 7 B. Or A, sorry, Part 1. The only reason this isn't an A is simply because some episodes are, just a tad bit slower than others, and I get that because we're slowly building up into this war for the second half, and they had to get out all of the nuclear stuff, being out in that nuclear atmosphere, but it's both entertaining yet agonizing to watch your characters go through this, vast, just nuclear wasteland. Everything's destroyed, everything is orange and dusty, and there's just haze everywhere. It can kind of get tiring after a while, but man, they really pulled out some great episodes here. So, specifically, just to name 2 or 3, Episode 2 with Morgan and Grace, the emotion there, fantastic. Episode 4 with Sarah, really, really good. And then you have the Episode 3 with John Dory Sr. and June, love that one. You get Al's departure from the show, at least for now, in this half as well. That was very well done, and Morgan blowing away the CRM soldiers with the cannonball, one of my favorite moments, if not my favorite moment of the season so far, other than Dwight and Sherry and Mickey's beatdown in the wrestling ring from Episode 5, which is one of my favorite episodes of the series, alongside another episode from this half that's one of my favorite of the series, Episode 7, The Tower, where Strand and Morgan go head-to-head and Morgan poisons Strand. That twist was very well done, and then to cap it all off, you have the return of Alicia Clark, and then on top of that, even though this isn't technically a part of this half, you have the announcement that Madison Clark is alive and is coming back for the second half. The hype for this season, this half season, was just really well, and it propelled it a lot. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoy that. Next up, we have Chucky. Going into our A tier here. I loved Chucky. Chucky is one of my favorite horror characters, one of my favorite horror franchises altogether. And this TV show just hit it out of the park, man. You get a kill or two every episode, you get a lot of lore, a deep dive into the background of Chucky, Charles Lee Ray, Tiffany. It was absolutely amazing as a Child's Play fan to, see such backstories as like his first kill, and him growing up and still killing and teaching others to kill, and his friend was Eddie Caputo that he killed someone with, and then you see him meet Tiffany and they start murdering people together, and then you find out that Tiffany was the one that called the police on Charles Lee Ray the same night that Norris from the original film shot and killed him. So Tiffany is the reason that Chucky, is the way he is, because he got the police called on him. That all of that was just awesome as a Chucky fan, because I love the Child's Play franchise, and just having Andy Barclay come back, also having Kyle from Child's Play 2 return as well. And then there's rumors that even possibly Glenn or Glenda from Child's Play, Seed of Chucky might even be coming back. That was, wow, out of left field. And then, of course, you have Nika Pierce played by Fiona Dorff, which is the voice of Chucky Brad Dorff, his daughter. And they just play it off really well. The whole cast of this show is great. The kids are great. The kills are great. Honestly, the performances, man. Some of the performances, I'll be honest, a sci-fi show, I was kind of worried because it's on the Sci-Fi Channel. Even though we have, Z Nation to thank from the Sci-Fi Channel. I was kind of concerned that this was going to be too cheesy. And they proved me wrong. It was great. After Chucky, I would have to put Impractical Jokers Season 9. I love these guys. I'm not going to spend too much time explaining this one, because I'm trying to, hurry it up a little bit. I don't want these videos to be half-hour long of me just talking about 10 different things. In this case, 14. But Impractical Jokers is one of my favorite shows of all time. Season 9, the only reason Season 9 is here is I actually haven't finished it. I have seen a majority of it, and it's all hilarious. And I love all 4 of those guys. I'm devastated to know that Joe is leaving the show, and he won't be returning for Impractical Jokers, but they are going to keep doing it. They're filming Impractical Jokers, a new season, this year, and it'll be weird without Joe, but we'll always have those first 9 seasons to thank with Joe, because he's just a hilarious dude. Following Impractical Jokers, I would have to put Falcon and Winter Soldier. A very heroic story, a story that I love personally because Captain America is one of my favorite characters in the MCU, probably my favorite at least, out of the Avengers, and just as a Marvel Comics fan alone, Captain America has just been one of my favorite characters all along, and having this whole show kind of revolve around his legacy and that SHIELD's legacy, and just the will he won't he of Sam picking up the mantle of Captain America. You get the struggle between Sam and Bucky with John Walker, who quickly becomes one of my favorite characters of the whole franchise by bashing a dude with the shield. And standing in a court and saying, I understand that! Oh man, Wyatt Russell was just absolutely great as John Walker. You get Sharon Carter back as well, because we haven't seen her since Civil War, and she's revealed to be the power broker by the end of the show. We'll have to see how that plays into future things in the MCU. And then, of course, Dancing Zemo. Baron Zemo is one of my favorite parts of that show. Carly Morgenthau, she was a fine villain, but she wasn't anything spectacular. That's probably one of the things that weighs this show down. As well as the first episode was kind of like setting the stage. There wasn't a whole lot of substance to it. It was just showing us what Sam is getting up to, him giving the shield to the museum, and what Bucky's been up to, trying to, make up for the past, which I do love. The character arcs throughout these I think it's 6 episodes that they did of this show. Throughout those 6 episodes, it's really well done, and the fights, like I said, are probably my favorite out of the Disney Plus shows that we've had so far for the MCU. Sam and Bucky versus John, and then John versus the Wakandan soldiers. Just a lot of great action there. And, plenty of comedy, because Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan really bring it together as the bromance slash, picking on each other relationship of Sam and Bucky. And, of course, Sam becoming Captain America in the end was just the cherry on the cake. It was fantastic. Following up Falcon and Winter Soldier, I will be placing Kevin Can F himself. Season 1. They confirmed that Season 2 is going to be the final season. I was devastated. This show is unlike anything I've ever seen. It's so damn good. Annie Murphy is a fantastic actress. The whole cast really does a great job. If you're not familiar, this takes on the premise of what if a sitcom wife, we went behind the scenes of what's happening in her life. She actually hates her husband. She wants him dead. She hires a hitman on him, and loads of crazy shit happens throughout this first season with her friend Patty that, even though she doesn't like Allison at the beginning, manages to, form quite a bond and quite a strong relationship with her by the end of the season. And just the switching from the multicam style to the singular, drama kind of camera style of a drama show to a sitcom, that back and forth is absolutely phenomenal. And it's, like I said, it's like any other TV show I've ever seen. And it's really well done. Like I said, it was like WandaVision. I was just glued to the television every week. When I came home, I'd watch it. Brand new episode, and I can't wait for for season 2. It's gonna be fucking great. And following that, I will have to put Fear the Walking Dead season 6, part 2. And, I already did a load of videos on this half of the season. I reviewed every episode of it. I have every single episode of Fear the Walking Dead reviewed on my channel, if you haven't seen it already. But yeah, Fear the Walking Dead Season 6, Part 2, very well done. I love the nuclear, side plot with, of course, Teddy's, not really side plot, it is a main part of the story, with Teddy, played by John Glover, and his Doomsday Cult. You get a very sad episode with In Dreams, Grace. Karen David does a great job. The cast in this half of the season specifically, awesome. Jenna Elfman shooting Virginia in the head. Shooting Virginia in the head. Jenna Elfman's performance reading John's letter in season 6, episode 13, JD. You get some great Alicia action in there, stabbing a dude with a embalming needle, and the dude just gets filled with embalming fluid through his neck. And then, we have the episode 14, Mother, and Dakota getting burnt, and episode 16, and the nukes touching down. It was just a great half season, and I love that. And coming in at number 2 will be Loki. Loki is a phenomenal Disney Plus show. My favorite show that they've done on Disney Plus so far. It's just so entertaining. Tom Hiddleston kills it. Owen Wilson kills it as Mobius. And then, of course, you have characters like Sylvie and old Loki. Well, I shouldn't say old Loki. Classic Loki, Kid Loki, Alligator Loki. There's just so many good things going for this show, and I can't wait for season 2. Season 2 is just gonna be insane. It's gonna change the MCU forever, because we meet Kang the Conqueror in Loki as well, which was just, he's so freaking cool. And yeah, I just can't wait to see what Jonathan Majors does with that role. It's gonna be one hell of a time when he enters the MCU, through film in Ant-Man 3, I believe he's going to be in. But yeah, Loki is great. Great intro, music, all of that. The emotion, once again. The comedy, of course, with Loki being just a smart aleck the whole time. I love this one. I fell in love with this one immediately. It was a great idea. But coming in at number 1, as if there's any surprise, maybe there is, The Walking Dead Season 11, Part 1. I didn't include Season 10C. It was 6 episodes. I don't know. I didn't know if that was going to be relevant enough to include. But if I had included it, it would probably have been it would have been behind Rick and Morty Season 5, probably here. It wasn't the best, but it was fine. We get Here's Negan out of it anyway. But Season 11, the final season, Part 1, is awesome. It's epic. I love everything about this part 1 of the season. You get some great Commonwealth stuff. You get to meet Mercer, and you get Eugene punching Sebastian in the face. oh my god, you get so much in this half season. You get the Reapers, which some people were like, you know, the Reapers are just a watered down version of the Saviors, and they're just another group that our group's gonna take care of. Obviously, we know our group is gonna kill these people, but I don't know. I like the Reapers. I enjoy it, especially when it was revealed that Leah from 10C is a part of them. Pope, oh my god, that dude was insane, and he was one of my favorite parts of the first half. He was just hilarious. All of his dialogue was great. Just all the fights, the Negan and Maggie drama, all of their scenes were probably the highlight of this first half. If I had to pick one particular thing that I would highlight about this first half, it's definitely Negan and Maggie. Their dynamic is just so damn good. And Lauren Cohan, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, they play it off so well. And yeah, that's where I'll leave it off there. I'm not gonna tell you guys all about it, but that would be my definitive favorite show that I watched last year, The Walking Dead, season 11, part 1. And yeah, if you guys want to see more ranking videos from me, which I'm probably gonna end up doing them anyway, but you know, if you want to, just leave a like. It really helps support the channel, shows me that you're enjoying our content here. As you know, as the saying goes, you need to subscribe if you enjoy the content. I don't know where I was going with that. I do all these videos just off the cuff. I improvise, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I have some Hitman stuff coming up, of course, as always. Media Dumpster episode. It's my birthday next Wednesday, so expect an episode of Media Dumpster on my birthday. I'm not sure what movie it's going to be yet, but it's going to be a wild time. I can guarantee you that. And, yeah, maybe we'll do another stream and take me out stream. God, help me on that. And, yeah, take care, guys. Goodbye.